But how is the Biden administration handling these strikes?
Yeah, good morning, guys. President Biden waking up here at the White House, of course, following all of this news. We have yet to hear from the president himself. But, you know, he said all along throughout this conflict over and over again that he does not want to see this escalate into a wider conflict. We've heard that time and time again. And this morning, the White House is holding their collective breath to see what happens next here and to see this tit for tat between Iran and Israel come to an end. We know that President Biden had said to Israel's prime minister over the weekend, essentially, that you had a strong response here and really trying to talk him off of any kind of retaliatory response. They also said, and we confirmed with a U.S. official, that they would not be participating in any kind of counteroffensive. As you mentioned, there was this meeting between the U.S. and Israel just yesterday, hours before this happened, a virtual meeting both on Iran's attack over the weekend and what is going to happen in the conflict going forward, the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, as well as that potential ground operation in Rafah. So we got a readout of that. Obviously, none of this was mentioned in that, but we are hearing reports that the U.S. was notified in advance that Israel was going to make this move. Again, we know that President Biden, this was something that he was trying to walk Israel's prime minister off of, really trying to not get the U.S. dragged into a wider war here. We know that the U.S. joined in those the response over the weekend, striking down Iranian drones. We know that President Biden slapped Iran with sanctions on its drone program just yesterday, trying to show some consequences for this and saying that they might discuss further consequences in the future with other G7 leaders. But throughout this week, we've been pressing the White House on just how they were trying to de-escalate the situation and why they may not participate in any kind of counteroffensive that Israel was readying. I asked the White House about that this week. Take a listen. Why is the U.S. not going to participate in a counteroffensive?
Again, I think I've answered this question. The president had a good chat with the prime minister. We talked about the incredible success that we and they achieved on Saturday night, and the message that success sends not only to the region but also to Iran as well. And as I've also said, and as the president has certainly said, we're not looking for a war with Iran. We're not looking to broaden and deepen this conflict in the region.
Now, President Biden returned here to the White House last night. He did not take questions from reporters when he left for Philadelphia or when he returned back from Philadelphia from reporters that were standing there, including myself. So we are waiting this morning to hear more from President Biden. A statement came out on another topic this morning that was pre-scheduled, but we are waiting for any word from White House officials this morning on Israel's retaliation here, you guys.
All right, Kelly Meyer, thanks so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.